fantasy, romance, dragons, and enemies to lovers. Yeah, I got you. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hearts and Paperbacks. I'm Marianna, and today we're going to talk about a really hyped romantasy. I'm saying romantasy, you know, the love child of romance and fantasy. And of course, I'm talking about Fourth Wing. As you can see over here, I have 2 copies of Fourth Wing, and this one is just so pretty. Look at the sprayed edges with the dragons. I'm obsessed with this book. I think I've read it by now like 2, maybe 3 times. I don't know, don't judge me. I'm trying to make myself feel better right now. Anywho, we're gonna talk about this amazing book. We definitely have dragons, we have danger, and we have romance. And Rebecca Yarros just knows how to add all these and have the perfect formula for a book that you won't stop thinking about. I mean, I've read books since this one, and as I said, I've reread it, and I'm always coming back to it. It's amazing. So, Fourth Wing takes place in the cutthroat world of Basquiat War College. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because I know Rebecca Yarros has actually taken inspiration for the names of different locations and the dragon names from Gaelic, I believe. So I hope I'm not butchering anything. So it's where we have cadets who actually train to become dragon riders and protect their kingdom. Our main character, Violet Sorangale, has always been destined to be a scribe by her father, but at the last minute her general mother, who's a rider as you can imagine, actually tells her that, you know what, you're gonna be a rider, and that's that. And all this despite Violet being a character who has a chronic illness and pain, and it's so refreshing seeing a female main character that actually has a disability, and it actually helps to build awareness. So right from the start, Violet is thrown into life and death situations in order to survive her first year as a cadet. And the rider quadrant is no joke. There's a rebellion brewing at the same time. She cannot trust just anybody. And just because her mother is general and there are some background political stuff I'm not gonna get into, somebody has it out for her. Let's just say she's not safe anywhere. We have deadly dragon trials, and on top of that, a really intense romance with Xaden Ryerson, who is one of the best book boyfriends, I have to say. A brooding bad boy with a dark past. Yes, please. I'm so easily persuaded to add book boyfriends to my list. You can't even imagine. So overall, think of Hunger Games meets Divergent, but add some dragons and really steamy romance, and you got Fourth Wing. So let's go ahead and have a closer look at the tropes. Enemies to lovers? Yes, please. Violet and Xaden are enemies from the start. The tension. I cannot actually mention how much tension we have. There's definitely hatred and some really serious chemistry that's undeniable from both parts. And I cannot even express how great it was seeing them build up to the moment they come to understand what they're feeling for each other. But it was so gradual. It's so rewarding reading. Yes, Xaden has reasons for hating Violet, mainly because of her mother and what she did to his father. I'm avoiding some spoilers here, but as I said before, we have some political tension there. But it's definitely a good reason for him to hate her, so we have a true enemies to lovers. And I love how they actually try to fight the chemistry between them, but we all know that there's no use. If you're into tension that actually builds and builds, this is the perfect read for you. As part of the tropes, we also have the Chosen One. That's a very popular one, especially in books like The Divergent and Hunger Games, which are really great to describe what kind of action and political system we have here. And although Violet is not your typical warrior, she's bookish, she's frail, as we said, she has a chronic illness. We also see that she has inner strength and determination that actually drives her, and it makes her rise above any situation she comes across. And finally, we have found family because, you know, at Basquiat College, she doesn't know anyone, I think, apart from one person, her childhood friend Dane. Everyone is out to get her, especially Xaden at first. So she builds a family of her own. We have really great secondary characters there that make her feel welcome. And even though at first, you know, we don't know who she can trust or not, it's really great seeing that she has friends cadets in the first year that actually help her power through that, first task of actually finding a dragon, and is he going to be a rider or not? Is he going to die or not? So we have characters like Rhiannon, Liam, Redog and Sawyer who are there for her, and not to mention the dragons. Oh my god, we see the inner thought of dragons and they are the best part in the book, even from the steamy parts for me. It's so worth it. It's why I've read the book 3 times, guys. 3 times. So let's have a closer look at the characters. Violet is so refreshing, mainly because of her chronic pain and illness that I mentioned. She's definitely not your typical fantasy heroine, like Trish from Divergent or Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games. No, not at all. She's definitely physically weaker, and I'm so tired of reading, of strong women all the time that, are basically untouchable. No, Violet has flaws and it's so refreshing. And then we have Xaden. What can I say? He's a 10, but he has a tragic story. What is he? For me, still a 10 because I'm into, the villain with the grey, morally past that you want to know more about. Yeah, that's Xaden, and yeah, give me all the books for him. He's brooding, he's mysterious, he has every reason to hate Violet, and definitely there's more to him than meets the eye. I'm saying this with the knowledge of having read also Iron Flame, which is the second book in the series, but I think we are gonna learn something new about Xaden as we move along the 5 books in the series, because if I'm not mistaken, there are gonna be 5 books. But yes, he's fierce, he's protective, and full of secrets. I'm gonna stress that, underline it 2 times there. Full of secrets. And it's no secret you will be swooning about him in record time. I said what I said. And we also have all the side characters in Fourth Wing that are really worth reading about. We have the dragons with their personalities and their banter and sarcasm. Sex kiss, I'm telling you. We have Violet's sister Mira, who is really protective and really fierce. And of course, as I mentioned in the found family trope, we have Liam and Rhiannon and all the other cadets who actually help form this safe environment for Violet in Bagsy College. We have an epic blend of fantasy, romance, and high stakes of action that will keep you hooked from start to finish. At least this is what happened to me. The world building is so rich. We have really great characters, as I mentioned before. I love the dragons. I will keep saying that because they're just the best part in the book. And we have really steamy romance that will have you blushing, I'm telling you. This for me was like a 4 out of 5, maybe 4.5 out of 5 in the spicy meter. I mean, the scenes we got. If you're waiting for a negative comment from me about this book, you won't get one. Again, I've read it 3 times. There's nothing negative for me to say. Yes, I would have changed some things, but I understand that they were important for the plot. I'm not gonna spoil anyone, but it was the reason I was crying. That's all I'm gonna say right now. So that was it today, guys. Fourth Wing definitely delivers for me all the way. Whether you're here for the romance, the dragons, or the high stakes action, this book delivers, and I think you're gonna stay definitely for the banter and the plot. It's a book that's gonna leave you obsessed and wanting more. If you are going to read Fourth Wing, I definitely recommend having Iron Flame with you. You're just gonna need to open it the second you close Fourth Wing. Let me know in the comments if you read this one or if it's in your TBR list. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss another book review from me. In the meantime, stay passionate and keep reading. Bye guys!